Hello everyone, Lyndon Miller here with LMK Farms. Today I want to do a quick little video showing you an experiment that I am currently doing in grazing Sudan grass. This is something that I've never planted before, but it is a warm season annual grass that will winter kill, and I planted it after a rye crop into a crop field here. I planted this just to graze it this fall after the rye crop, just to see how profitable I can make a crop field in a grazing situation instead of having a corn and soybean crop growing in there like everybody else does. Can I make this worthwhile or not? So it's an experiment, and what you're seeing in front of you there is a whole herd of 100 cows thereabout. You can't see very many of them. The Sudan grass is between 3 and 5 feet tall, so a lot of the cows can hide in it, so they're very content out there. I will say this is a different grass than what they were used to, where they came from. So the pastures I have are fescue and brome grass and different cool season grasses, not a lot of warm season grasses in mix. So this is a warm season grass. It is still growing very well. I moved them on here a couple of days ago, about a week ago actually. And I keep moving them across here, and in about every 2 days sections I'll move them again every other day. And what I'm finding is that they really enjoy the stuff, but they are not performing on it as well as I'd hoped. Their manure is getting thin. It is starting to be kind of washed out, and they're obviously not digesting the plants as well as I had hoped they would. So that means that they are not going to be able to gain on it as well. They're not going to perform quite as well, and probably not going to be as profitable as I had once hoped. So a good lesson. I'm still happy about it. They're still eating it and very content out here. They're just not being able to utilize it as good as they otherwise could. And what the manure tells me is that with having washed out like this, the bacteria in their gut is not able to break down these warm season plants as well as it could the cool season plants they were used to grazing. And that's just because it takes time. I just put them out on here like less than a week ago, and they are trying to graze this, and their guts have not had time to adjust to a new diet. So if they were out here for 2 months, their gut would have plenty of time to change and to be able to digest this type of plant a whole lot better and easier, and they would do very well on it. Now I have about another 6 days left, and they will not probably have enough time to really build a lot of bacteria in their gut to digest this as well as I hope. That being said, looking at this cow pie, it has a lot more consistency to it. It's not nearly as washed out. Obviously this cow is able to perform on this grass better than some other cows. So not every cow is created equal. Not every one of them has the same gut bacteria at the same time. So some cows can do better than others. So just kind of a quick lesson, and very interesting to me how this stuff works. Okay, so I'm back again. Before I had the video produced, I started noticing a decline in my cattle's health, and the calves especially. They started getting very sluggish and slow and looking sickly. I brought them up in the barn and I temped them. They all had fevers, and things were not going very well at all. So what I did, I did some research, and I discovered that my Sudan grass had gotten high in nitrate, which caused all the cattle to get sick. And that is also why likely the manure got so thin so quickly, especially. So I made a big mistake, and they did not do very well. I should have tested the grass before I put them out on there. I didn't even think about it. I didn't know anything about this stuff. So I learned a very important lesson, and definitely will have to change things in the future. My cow's health is now improving again now that I got them back on pasture grass. Hopefully in a few more days they will be back to normal again. But it was a very sudden change and a very significant problem that I had to deal with here. You can see now that this is not something that is just easy to do. We make mistakes. I make so many mistakes that I I wonder sometimes why I still do this, but I'm learning and I keep trying to make it better and to do things in a better way that I can make things healthier for everybody.